create simple box and divided it 2 by 2 by 2. Use Alt W to move from screen to screen. Next, go to Hierarchy, Affect Pivot Point, Center, Shutdown Affect Pivot Point Bar. Place your box on the middle and use Alt X keyboard shortcut to switch to X-ray view. Use the same keyboard shortcut to go back to shaded view. Next, resize your box so it fits your character head. And try to keep it in center as you make adjustments. When you finish making adjustments, go to Modify panel and apply Spherify modifier from Modifier Stack. Next, right-click and convert to Edible Polys. Then use Polygon Selection, select half of your poly object and delete. After that, go back to Modifier Stack and apply Symmetry Modifier. Next, go back to Edible Poly option in Modifier Stack and click Show End Results toggle button, so you can see both sides of your poly object as you make adjustment to it. At first, move verticals in front view to create basic shape of your character head. As you shaping character head, please remember not to add any additional geometry at first. Use whatever you have right now. After you finish shaping front view, switch to left or right view and start moving verticals again. Please keep using existing geometry. From time to time, remember to go back to front view and fix any area that doesn't look right. Now when you used existing verticals to full extent, it is time to add additional geometry. Use Edge Selection option, select first edge, click Shift, select second edge to create loop. Next click Connect button. Before you keep going, you can switch color of your object. I prefer gray. Next, click on vertices and repeat the process. Again, move them around as much as possible to fit the shape of your head. When you need more geometry, again, add it by using Connect option. Again, switch back to vertices and move those vertices around. So you get something like this. And now let's add edge in front view. Again, use connect option. Again, go to X-ray mode and move those vertices around and shape the front of the head. And fix jaw area as well. Take your time, don't rush. Make sure everything fits as much as possible. So right now I'm shaping the space for the neck. Now I add more edges. Use connect option again and move it vertices. So I'll create the area for the eye. As I move verticals around, I'm starting to prepare area where character ear will be extruded. And again, I'll add more edges. And I'll use additional geometry to shape the character head. And I split my mesh again, where character's eyes will be located. As previously, I am using additional geometry to reshape and to smooth head profile. And also remember to check the front view from time to time and make adjustments before you add too much geometry. And try to fix your problem areas right away. And add one more edge, Go to vertices and fix the front part of the head and jaw area too. As you're moving verticals around, again think about where your ear will be. So move some vertices and prepare the space for the ear. And you can notice that we need additional geometry to create mouth opening and the bottom of the ear. So again, use connect option and create additional geometry and move vertices around to shape mouth area and lip area. And keep moving those vertices around, and let's add a little bit more geometry and reshape head again, and be prepared to move those vertices back and forward each time you add new geometry. Now I will finalize outline of the ear so it's ready for extrusion later. And keep reshaping, moving vertices around, fix jaw area, fix other areas as well. Select faces where you want on your neck. Let's click extrude option and extrude just a bit. That will be base of the character neck. And scale down, delete the inside faces. Move it faces back to the middle to close the gap. Extrude again. Again, delete inside faces. And close the gap. And reshape neck area because it looks like a one big box. So round it up, shift those vertices around, and make it this as round as possible. And keep moving vertices to the point you're happy with them. And reshape, reshape, and constantly reshape. Use existing geometry. Don't add too much because you can get lost, especially when this is your first character. Just remember, less is more. Next, let's push the corners in and round front part of the face. If needed, push some vertices as well. And keep reshaping. And let's move it, the area. So select all your faces and apply smoothing group. There's some area that needs more work, especially the back, but we can do this later. So again, let's add the edge in the front to prepare area for eye and nose as well as mouth. And again, use this geometry to reshape character head. Before we start working on the face, let's hide the back of the head by selecting it, going to modeling and visibility. So now let's use cut tool and prepare the area for the eye. So create the loop around the eye area. And we have some 5-sided faces that we need to fix, so let's split them and create additional vertices that will help us to reshape eye area. And now move vertices around and let's create the area where your eye will be. So it's kind of look like this from front view. And let's reshape from side view as well. So let's add more geometry, and this time you use combination of the cut tool and we'll split the edge. And now we need to clean the geometry. So I use the edges and I'll move vertices on the edges because I don't want to change the shape, I just want to change position. Again, I'm not doing anything special, I'm just reshaping and reusing existing geometry. So let's make additional changes to the eye. Go to faces, select them and push the eye socket in and go back and again reshape the area around the eye as well. So it looks like that. And move vertices around area where we have mouth. So use cut tool and create mouth opening. It's the same way like how we did the eyes. So create one simple loop and fix the 5-sided polygon. by splitting in half. And go to the side view and move vertices and shape. Be careful, make sure you shut down the edges constraints. Keep moving, keep adjusting. And let's create additional loop. And remember to check side view from time to time. Okay, let's create another loop. Shift the geometry around. And let's cut and prepare area for the nose. And again, same way as we did eyes and mouth, since it's a very simple character. So let's move vertices around and create round shape for the nose. It's a very simple nose. So I keep reshaping, making adjustments before I start extruding or doing anything else. And now I can extrude. I start with the nose first. So before I do anything, I need to delete the inside faces. And make some additional cuts to round the top of the nose. And keep reshaping. And again, I try to reshape and make very small, very simple, cartoony nose. And now let's go to polyfaces, select the whole character, and let's add another smoothing group. I know some people prefer to use turbo smooth or the other things. but I prefer to keep my polygon count low and keep my character as smooth as possible at the same time. So it kind of looks like that. And of course, you keep and making adjustments. But first, I will extrude the ear. Again, start with really simple shape. And move it, as well as rotate so it fits my template. And if you prefer, you can use like a separate shape, make the ear separately and then attach. It's up to you, but my character is very simple, so I don't need any complicated ear shape. Plus I have a hair that will cover most of the ear anyway. So add one more loop here. And I will extrude now the inside of the ear. So we have a very simple cartoonish ear. And again, select new polygons and apply smoothing group. So it's kind of look like this. I'll extrude the eyes now to make them a little bit deeper. Let's push it just a bit in. And again, I'll select and apply smoothing group. And you have a very simple head that you can keep adjusting. I still need to fix the back of the head. Even if I cover this with the hair, I will still need to make adjustments. So you can keep working on your head and moving those vertices around. So here you go. And your head may look a little bit different since your designs are a bit different as well. And next class we'll add hair and accessories.